You know, you can run at 4, you can run at 3, you can run at mid, and I would say that 33 Limp and Hanskin all play this hero extremely well. Really, really good control against a hero like Void Spirit. And on the other side, we have No Tail, most likely picking up the AA. Extremely good against the IO, and it's becoming really popular. I've seen it picked a ton. There's lots of sustain lineups that are coming out right now with IOs and Enchantresses and stuff like that, and so AA is starting to come back into the meta as well.
I also find that the AA with the Ice Vortex, often overlooked skill, but a great way to amplify Void Spirit's damage, which is mainly magical burst, right? Getting the Ice Vortex down right as he's about to get hit by the Astral Step or Assimilate or whatever it is, and you get just that extra bit of damage that might be enough to pop off an IO. The mobility is already really good. As you mentioned, the Ice Blast being fantastic. Now AA also piercing BKB with that, making him a really relevant hero against most carries that benefit from the IO healing. I like it. I like the draft for OG for now. I find it a bit stronger than the Alliance draft, perhaps because we haven't seen the IO pickup or the IO partner yet.
Yep, and OG will ban out the gyro. I'd expect at least, maybe even a second ban targeting a hero that pairs well with it. Right now, you have to look at something like potentially a Bloodseeker, maybe. I've been seeing that picked up against the Void Spirit quite a bit. A classic hero with the puck would be something like a Vengeful Spirit to get the automatic snap on the coil. But we'll see which direction OG goes here.
I don't mind seeing the Vengeful Spirit pick. I think it also combines well with the IO strat. He's a 5 that can also pick up a couple items once the IO picks up the mech, which is usually the main core item that you want in this hero. He can work as between 4.5, and the snap of the puck is nice. I do rather have the puck in a core position though this game, if I'm honest, rather than the 4 puck that we have seen a couple times. I don't think it's been as popular lately. It's not as impactful from what I've seen. I do love watching Limp on that puck. That guy is
he's so good.
He's a god on the puck.
So good on the puck. Yeah, definitely one of his top 3 heroes, I would say. And I kind of agree. Getting a fast Blink Dagger, getting a little bit of extra farm, maybe even quick boots of travel to be able to show up to every fight.
Ooh.
Purple strat?
Yeah, purple strat. Pointy-headed strat? Or is Void Spirit? The Darkseer is an interesting pick. There's some teams that really value this hero highly, Enigma being the first one that comes to mind. And other teams that think he is hot garbage and they will never pick it in a million years. So OG seemingly leaning towards their friend Kuro's side. Do you think it's going to be a 3 Darkseer as we usually see him?
I would almost think that this is going to be a Soxa Darkseer. I've seen it played a little bit as a 4. And I mean, it really just doesn't strike me as a mid 1 hero. But again, we don't really know what his hero pool is in the offlane yet, since he just switched there. I've been seeing him play a lot of these kill heavy offlaners, you know, the Enchantresses and stuff like that. Heroes that can be played mid as well. So if
The triple that their pick reveals that Puck is definitely going to be core as we wanted, so I think it fits the draft. Trained plus Puck is also very, very strong as well. It's a nice little combination. Keep him in the area. If they try to run away after the Dream Coil, you have Overgrowth. So it's good. The Nature's Grass can do a lot of damage with the Puck.
Yeah, I do worry a little bit about the lack of initiation outside of the Puck so far on Alliance's draft. You know, Treant not really known for being the jump first type of hero, and Io obviously has no lockdown, so it is going to be really reliant on a hero like this Puck to get a quick Blink Dagger and be able to make the jump.
Is a big mid, but because you probably think of the Void Spirit versus Puck. I'm not that well versed in this matchup, if that is the case for Lions, because Puck deals mainly magical damage, so he should be fine. Shouldn't be too bothered by the shield.
Yeah, they'll probably both end up just farming. I would favor Puck a little bit just because of the range and pretty heavy base damage. But Void Spirit obviously has the Resonant Pulse to kind of mitigate that and secure range creeps as well. And both heroes obviously really benefit from being able to grab a bottle and rotate quickly around those runes.
They definitely have a lot of ganking potential, so they do feel very similar roles. Going to be a very interesting matchup because whoever gets the upper hand determines the tempo of the game. Ooh, OG go for the Spectre pick. We have seen this a bit in the open qualifiers by OG. It's not the first time they pick up the Spectre. They're seeing some value here.
Yeah, Sumail likes this hero a lot. He has kind of an interesting hero pool from what I've seen. He's been playing a lot of like Spectre and Sven, not heroes that are valued super highly by other people, but you know, you can't really doubt the #1 MMR player in the world. So
yeah, exactly. He's the king, right? So I mean, what are we gonna say? The Spectre with the lifestealer is an obvious pick. Lion's favorite, fastest. I love this stat. The fastest Maelstrom with a lifestealer in any game competitively is by Nico Baby, and the second fastest is also by Nico Baby. So they do love this hero. They do love the lifestealer. Great hero against Spectre in general.
Yep, also really good against Darkseer in lane. You know, he doesn't really care about the Ion Shell, just continues to feast off of the creeps, keep his health pretty high. And it enables a hero like the Io to just kind of like maybe even stack, get some farm himself, can be in the lane. With the new movement speed bonus from Rage, Io also benefits from that, obviously taking the movement speed of whoever you're tethered to.
Yeah, it's true. The lifestealer is a great partner with the Io as well. As you go for the Heaven Salver, for example, as well, that amplifies even further the IO healing that you received. It's quite great. It's a nice little nifty combo. Not the usual combo we're used to seeing of the Gyro or OD, where those partners are really, really strong together. We could still see the potential OD pickup or maybe if they want to run the puck off. I like the Spectre of Darkseer too. I think Darkseer with a melee core is how usually you've been running it in Enigma when they were successful. And I like the abuse of the Surge and the Ion Shell for these kind of cores that require that mobility.
Yeah, the Surge is definitely extra nice on Spectre, who wants to be able to chase down the backline supports. However, chasing down a hero like Treant or a super slippery hero like Io, it's going to make Sumail's game a little bit difficult. Then again, he has all sorts of other chaotic heroes to make space for him, and I think we're going to see probably that Radiance build coming out, going just for like the hard carry late game Spectre.
Yeah, I'd like to see that with Void Spirit being a lot of the space creation, going for a lot of utility items, most likely, unless we see the crit build that you were talking about. You know, let's see how strong they can take these memes, right?
Yeah, I have also seen a little bit of Desolator on Void Spirit.
Yeah.
Nice. I actually really like this pick by Alliance, the 33 Legion Commander. They were definitely lacking hard lockdown in addition to the puck. Gives them a second jump, gives them a save, potentially, the Purge from Legion, and a nice pairing, honestly, with the Io to some extent, with overwhelming odds into, you know, just running in for a duel. You have the sustain, you got the relocate into a duel as well for setup.
I agree. I like the Legion Commander pick of the pressed attack is very useful here as well against the potential, you know, AA trying to get the cold snap off early. So you're not going to have too much trouble there in the lane. Probably not going to feed too many kills. Not let Spectre have the easiest lane in the world. How is OG going to answer? Alliance thinks that it's Darkseer 4, and I'm starting to lean that way as well. But then what do they run in the off lane?
I'd like something that's just, you know, it's a lifestealer, so...
Oh no, there's going to be a 3. Never mind. Alliance is wrong, and then so are we for believing in them. Full-on Darkseer 3, as you mentioned earlier. I'm sorry I tried to correct you there, try to be sneaky. Now you were completely right.
No, that's alright. I mean, I wasn't totally sure whether mid one was going to be playing the hero. I think OG was kind of leaving it open, to be honest, because you are against a lifestealer. It doesn't really matter what you put there. Lifestealer's going to farm. You can't really pressure him out of lane, so you can just decide, do we want to just, you know, put almost like a carry-esque hero in the off lane and just let them farm also, or do we want to try and pressure and up the tempo? They opt for Sox Rubik Classic, tons of very good spells to steal, and so seems like a pretty good way to round out the draft. Gives them a little bit of instant lockdown, which is really nice, and they were definitely lacking that.
10 seconds.
Big fan of the Sox Rubik as well. Probably one of his signature heroes as well. Up there, Sox is known for the Winter Wyvern. That he has a mechanical support, and heroes like Rubik really show his prowess. As you mentioned, really good spells to steal here. So I'm interested. I think the drafts are kind of even. I do really like the Alliance draft as well, but I find the OG Void Spirit to be very scary.
Yeah, I think that both teams have the option to play up-tempo. Probably favoring Alliance in terms of the mid-game timing, but you do have to be scared of ever going late game against the Spectre, especially when you have heroes like the AA and the Void Spirit to back him up.
Indeed, I want to see also how the matchup goes right between Lifestealer and Spectre. It's changed a bit because it used to be the case that Spectre, if you want to deal with the feast, the healing especially, you could always build up some armor, which is rare in Spectre, but you can do that. You know, agility items, whatever it was. But nowadays, since feast is just the healing based on your HP, the more HP you build, the more Lifestealer heals. So you really do need to burst him down. How do you accomplish that if you go for a Radiant Spectre build, for example? It could prove troublesome. This new Lifestealer is a bit of a disgusting carry, so. I want to see minute 30-40 how they fare against them, depending on the farm they have as well.
Yeah, I definitely think that this is going to be one of those games where whoever gets the upper hand in terms of the tempo is going to be able to significantly control the game, because there's really good pickoff on both sides, right? You've got the Void Spirit initiation into a haunt, you've got the reload into a duel, and so whoever gets that first mobility item is going to be able to create a lot of pressure on the map.
That's very true. And the mid lane matchup also matters a lot, I would say, right? Between the Void and Puck.
Yeah,
both
100%.
fulfilling the exact same role. I'm interested to see how this game turns out. It's exciting. We're here in the EU, in the close qualifiers for the LA Major. This is the Bloodbath region, as they're starting to call it, and it's group B, group letter B, with OG participating straight from the open qualifiers. Both them and OG Seed qualified, which is a very nice win for the organization, I bet.
Absolutely, yeah. I saw some Twitter video where it looked like both Soxa and Seb were there for the OG Seed qualifiers, and I believe they're probably just both playing from the same facility, which is really cool for you know, the youth team, I guess you can call it, whatever, the B team.
Youth team.
Yeah.
With Z-Freak and Madara, they've been there forever, but yeah, they have the youthful spirit, right? Like,
Exactly.
what was it, LFY? Remember that team that they used to call the young LGD, even though they weren't that much younger?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, let's see.
Who's really young in the Dota Pro scene at this point? Not many.
Nobody good. That's the real. Well, there is. What's that new kid that came in? Really good guy. Won like 2 TIs in a row, barely participating. I don't know. Should be one of these games. We'll see him.
Yeah, man. Even Thompson, he was playing like Dota 1. So, are you really?
It's true.
Young?
It's true. He's an old soul. Yeah, you're right. I should never. You should never call anyone young in Dota. That's a real insult in this game.
Looks like mid one is going to be cutting the creep wave. Spata anticipating it. He's going to try and put in as much harass as possible.
Yeah, how do you think these lanes fare out for them? Obviously, the bottom lane is just trading farm. Lifestealer and Darkseer. I mean, it's a boring lane. We know this.
Yeah, mid one having to force the salve super early. He's just going to play around with the creep wave, try and double it up, and then probably TP back to base, or to his tower rather, and collect the fruits of his labor.
Yeah, let's see. He does. Pata annoys a bit. I mean, I guess you force the other TP. Lifestealer is performing fine. He does get the solo experience. How do you think the offlane fares for them as well? They decided the Legion IO combo, which we were talking about earlier, right? A strong combination as well in lane.
Yeah, very nasty actually. It gives the Legion essentially just full immunity for the entire lane stage. They're going to be able to put a lot of pressure on Sumail up here. And AA is, you know, pretty high damage support, but not necessarily the best laning support.
That's true.
Struggles against heavy pressure. So I would expect 33 to pretty handily dominate Sumail as he gets a couple levels here.
You're a very weak support against Legion as well, right? Because she can dispel your only real stun, or pseudo stun, right? And she can damage 3 armor Asian Apparition easily.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is going to be a pretty tough lane for OG to play, and so I would...
What did he try? Oh, he guessed it! He guessed it correctly! He doesn't have Illusory Orb Deto, doesn't have Vision either, and Thompson's gonna fake him with a shield. I'm sorry, this limp play, he did the Waning Rift, guessing that Thompson was gonna juke him, and he was correct. However, Thompson had the Resonant Pulse ready. So we're good, This mid lane matchup is very fascinating.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good one. I mean, we've talked a lot about how good Thompson is in the mid lane, but Limp is widely considered to be one of the best mechanical players in the mid as well.
Yep. We used to consider him the best mid laner. We used to say it all the time. You know, back when it was complexity, we used to say, yeah, Limp is the best. You gotta watch him. This guy is how I learned to play Dota. That's what we say, man, right? So lots of respect to this guy. And his puck is, as we said, top 3, right? He's really good. He's probably practiced against a lot of Void Spirits recently. And he knows how to beat Thompson. For now, he's doing a pretty good lane. 11 to 8 last hits. Top lane, Sumail, now in trouble. They're looking for the Last hit here, Hanskin is good dive to Notil though. Hanskin is magic stick, making sure he does not go down. Notil still chasing after him, touches in the ready. Has a vision of it though, Hanskin keeps it in the trees. And Notil now decided to run away because he can't really catch this IO. Hanskin comes back for round 2, and 3-3 still chasing after Notil. And that's gonna be a double kill here for the top lane. Saxa coming in trying to fix the mistakes of his mates, but it's impossible because Hanskin is just playing with the shadows perfectly. Telekinesis stops the tether though. There's the press the attack to help him out. Hanskin running away fast as he can, but unfortunately it was not fast enough, and OG will end up taking that last kill.
Yeah, at the same time, you can see that they're just completely ignoring 33. Like, as much as possible. He's going to be able to pressure because he's still full health after all this fighting.
And in the mid lane, actually, Thompson gets a quick kill against Limp, who he does not measure correctly and goes right into Thompson when Notil was ready to counter attack. So good job there, OG. Evening out another score. Top lane definitely going their way, but the mid lane slightly Thompson favored now.
Yeah, I really like this rotation by Notil because I think it was starting to trend towards the puck in terms of advantage. And Notil obviously recognizes that he's having a hard time in the top lane.
Yeah, and Notil also realized he wasn't doing much in the top lane anyway, right? So you might as well rotate and do something useful here mid. Which, sure, that's a good idea. I like this. Limp is going to have to recover a bit. He got a lucky double damage, but now you're a level difference, and these spirits are so annoying. Really. Thompson's putting them properly so that Notil, or Limp, sorry, cannot use this lane correctly.
Yeah, I think that that's going to be one of the big things that determines who's an excellent Void Spirit player as the patch continues to develop is the Aether Remnant, just because of how hard it is to hit. You can use it to like deny area or you know, set up for kills if you're lucky or skilled.
I mean, the original build for Void Spirit when it first came out was like everyone was going Yosef to set up that spirit, right? And now it's like, nah, we have more skill than that. Oh, they're looking for another kill here in the mid lane. Thompson and Limp fighting hand-to-hand combat. He is actually maxing the Aether Remnant to just catch Limp and surprise him.
Yeah, the pull duration doesn't increase by that much, but you can get up to almost a 2-second stun, and obviously the cooldown gets quite low.
Yeah,
so.
that'd be big. Yeah, look at this. He's actually going for the bounty to him thanks to that pull by Thompson. And he's going to go down to Fata. You don't mess with the tree. You don't need skill to play sometimes. You just need tactics. You know where to be at the right moment.
100 base damage. Good night, sir.
Well, that's Thompson gone, so that's a bit of retribution for Limp, who gets a free lane for a bit as well. However, Thompson will come back with full HP and mana, so that's going to be a bit of a difficult to deal with the puck. We'll see.
Hey, speaking of that fastest Maelstrom ever, what was that timing? Because Nico Baby is awfully close to his Maelstrom.
I want to say it was 5 minutes or 6. Honestly, it was incredibly quick. I think he's actually too late now. Like, he's just ridiculous. That was a ridiculous game. I was watching it, and for half the game, my mouth was just open. Just amazed. It was unfathomable how fast Nico Baby could fly.
Yeah, well, he's got a completely free lane here against the Darkseer mid one, just opting to cut near the tier 2. And we've kind of come full circle in Dota. We now have these offlaners. Down the mid.
Yeah, he got caught up by Thompson in a bad position. Thompson for a bunch of tips. He was just in the wrong place there, and Thompson just decides to get the kill. Saxa is also turning around. They're trying to catch the puck, and Limp doesn't even need for Saxa here. Limp just gets destroyed by Thompson alone. Those Aether Remnants are really putting him in a pickle. And in the top lane, 3-3 is trying to get the counter kill on Samael as well, but 3-3 instead. And Frozen Solid, he manages to make it just barely in time. And they won't be able to get that kill. Thank God for Hanskin's self.
Yeah, this is actually getting a little concerning for me in the mid lane. We have Limp still going for a bottle. He doesn't even have his bottle yet 7 minutes into the game, and Thompson is now 3-1-0. Thompson has to be one of the most momentum-based players in the entire game. If he gets off to a good start, you have to just run. Run away from him.
In the top lane of the... No, sorry. Yeah, I remember Thompson when he used to play the very popular Quasrex Invoker. The Quasrex Meteor Hammer Invoker, right, which was the build that he invented. And it was ridiculous. You would actually watch him literally run away with the game. Because he would just go gank every single lane. You would not be safe if Thompson was in your game. And Void Spirit seems to be the same kind of style, honestly, as the heroes he used to play. Monkey King, Quasrex Invoker.
Ember, yep, all these.
Yep.
Go ham and never stop running at the other team.
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna watch this game, hopefully. I mean, that's the point of picking Darks here, right? You get a surge so you can run even faster. It's the real Thompson strat. He already has a level 2? Is that level 2 long? Wow, okay. Well, that's a bit of practice. And the spirits are also set up really nicely to set up for traps, right? It reminds a bit of techies. You're kind of guarding positions here. Saksa does get an invis rune here in time. Really fast the clicks. Not gonna go down the coil. Annoying him, so they can't quite get the kill here. And Saksa just wanted to get away. Limp finally gets stops until the end. Hanskin knows he can just help him out. There's Nature's Grasp, Silence as well, but Thompson has double Astral Step. There's no way that you're gonna catch him here.
Yeah, both teams prioritizing putting a lot of help into this mid lane, trying to get their tempo controlling heroes off to a good start. And at the same time, side laners, Sumail, happy to get a little bit of breathing room.
Yep.
Since 33 has been pressuring him pretty hard.
And they continue to do so. In fact, No-Tail's been caught a bit of K here. No-Tail watching another part of the map. Surprised by a 3-man gank and a duel to boot. And we see 3-3 being relevant here already. Has had a really good lane. Is going to continue to dominate, I'm assuming, with a Legion Commander.
Yeah, at the same time, though, Limp goes down yet again. 0 and 3 on this puck.
They know, OG has identified the important pivotal factor here in Alliance's lineup. If Limp does not create space, this lineup does not work as well. So they're doing a good job of shutting him down.
Yeah, more importantly perhaps is the initiation. They really would like to be able to get this Blink Coil into a relocate duel. And it's going to be extremely late on this Blink Dagger for him.
Bottom lane, they catch mid one. We are seeing he was trying to cut the lane, but no cigar there. Nico Baby and Limp are guarding it there for you. And Nico Baby already has pretty good timing for the Maelstrom. He's building up to those phase boots. So Maelstrom phase around minute 10, which is the standard for a Nico Baby lifestealer.
Dyer's couriers being killed.
He is very farmed though. He's going to be a relevant carry much sooner than Spectre, who is going to actually dual top. Not quite dead though.
Lance will back out. Looks like Thompson's going to reclaim the outpost just before the experience drops.
Dyer's middle tower.
Bunch of heroes in the top lane.
Yeah, a bunch of heroes in the top lane. They're trying to fight out here the easier support. It's the Twin Protector. Twin Protector's brought down. Thompson's actually rotating. But it's only a single kill. They're not going to go for more. They actually are smart about this 3-3. Has to leave it a TP. Thompson's still going for more though. That was a good guess, actually. I'm going for the bounty, but a bit late. Thompson's just literally running around the map looking for whatever kill he can find, and now he's going back to this mid lane, tries to catch out Limp. Limp is not having any of that. It's the same. It's the Thompson we know and love. This guy is just here to create the space for Sumail.
It's working. Sumail is climbing his way back up towards the top of the net worth. Of course, Nico Baby insanely farmed right now in the lifestealer, but what is he going to be able to do with it? He needs to start potentially rotating around with this puck.
He's going to start bombing people, what he's going to do. Look at this poor Darkseer silenced up. He's running around like a madman, but he can't get away. That leash stops his escape route in the top lane. They try to catch Sumail as well, but the damage is not sufficient, and they eventually give up on him. Or, yeah, he's going for the stack, but 3-3 is a much better stack clear here. Sumail, careful. Those creeps do hurt. There's the ice spot still. Oh, they're just trying to scare them away. They were hoping for the Isle, but the Isle did not get hit by that ice spot, so he's going to be fine.
Thompson in the top lane now. See if he decides to dive. And he's just going to go in.
Tower will be under attack.
Yeah, they're going to catch him with a duel now, and the Spectre is now in actual lot of trouble. He's going to go down, giving extra duel damage to 33, and they're going to go for more. Saksa, do they have a way to cancel this TP? They do not. Instead, in the backline, Thompson comes in just to get the kill on Hanskin. He's been silenced though. Thompson, what were you thinking? Cancelled because he was greedy enough to go for the IO. Okay, well.
Great trade for Alliance there. Nice rotation from Nico Baby. And he puts that 6,000 net worth to use coming into the top lane. Easily going to pressure down this top tier tower as well.
Dyer's top tower be under attack.
The top should fall easily to Legion Commander and Lifestealer. They have pretty good pushing power early, which is one of the advantages of the new Lifestealer. But Limp is getting yet again harassed in the mid lane. Their obsession with Limp is continuing this game. They want to make sure this puck has no impact, because they're identifying lack of initiation, right? If you only rely on Legion, it's not too great of an initiation, really.
Yeah, unless you get massively farmed, and
destroyer.
You know, they
Here's
did
what-
leave Nico Baby completely alone. Obviously, it's one of the downsides of running a Darkseer is that you kind of just guarantee free farm for the carry.
Radiant
And Nico Baby
Assert dominance in this top jungle.
farming aggressively, but mid one wants to have a kill on Hanskin, and Thompson does as well. He's been taunted, Hanskin in trouble, there we go, all the damage onto him, and Hanskin's gone. We have to step to chase after Nico Baby, body blocking ever so slightly. Thompson still has that shield, but unfortunately his movement might just not be fast enough. So even with a surge, they can't catch up
No,
with him, and now
absolute
Fontaine realizes they can fight him. It's a life stealer inside of him. Thompson tries to bait him with that trap, does not work out. I like how they pick and prod of each other, you know, like trying to test the strength of the other, trying to test that they're gonna just slightly overstep.
Yeah, definitely. Trying to find the opening, and again, I have to look at this puck. I feel like if Alliance has a bit more farm on Limp, they could potentially start running away with this game because Legion and Lifestealer are both very strong right now.
Yep, that's very true. This Lifestealer is at the peak right now. He's getting close to that Sanjay as well. Actually, already has it if he wants to buy it. And then it's going to be really difficult to bring him down with that extra healing. Especially if he has a Spectre to munch on. Because then it's going to be pretty much impossible to bring down his HP.
Sumiel does have the Radiance queued up after the Soul Ring, so looking for that late game build.
On point with your draft comment, you're like, I think the Radiant's going to come out. You're right, Alchem. Exactly right. But let's see if they actually do manage to get it out, because Alliance is looking for a fast game here. They're not gonna. They don't want this Vector to get their Radiance
Relocate bottom.
and start running. That relocate's gonna catch mid one, but he doesn't have a surge. There's not much start. 3-3's just running after him, realizing he can't. Mid one's a bit too fast. He has max surge already. You're not gonna find him like that. There's another. There's a counter relocate where they do find the IO. Oh, gee. And
On Nico.
kill. Yeah, they did use it. Nico goes inside 3-3. Can't heal for now, but at least he'll have a safe space to stay at, right? Unless 3-3 gets pummeled to death. There's a Drinko onto 3, and 3-3 is just tanking this thanks to the Infest's extra HP. Limp just wanted to give him a bit of extra space. They can't really get a kill there. That was a bit of a risky relocate place to do, so Dobson wants more? Really? He does catch the puck. Oh, quick the spirit is Limp with a face shift, trying to make some damage. Do as a time skip, there's a duel, and they actually can get the kill. So that's Thompson gone. Ooh, he thought he could play around with a puck, but it's your life like a wrenched out of your heart.
Radiant's top tower under attack.
That's about as classic a Thompson play as I've ever seen. Literally just running into 4 heroes. He's like, guys, we're still gonna fight this. Oh wait, whoops, that was a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, the astral step when you hit the puck, he goes, I'm sure he wants. I got him. Yeah, let's go. Guys, we're ready. Get it up here, was gonna pop out any second. It's alright. I think Thompson's doing his job though, because Spectre is getting a bit of space from these plays, right? Thompson doing Thompson things means Sumail can have a lot of time to farm the jungle, and Lifestealer is, you know, engaged in all these engagements, so he doesn't have the option to really farm as quick as the Spectre.
Yeah, definitely. We do see Sumail closing in on at least the relic part of the Radiance. I will say, though, that when you are dealing with the Lifestealer, you have to be a little careful about, you know, prioritizing so much magic damage. Obviously, with the Rage giving you spell immunity, he's not going to have to worry too much about the evasion from the relic, or from the Radiance. And I think there still is this timing where Alliance is going to be able to just kind of run at OG.
I mean, that's certainly what they hope for. Let's see, because right now OG has managed to just slow down this game enough to make sure that the Spectre is relevant. There's a TP from the park here to their outpost, catching the Rubik. There's a lot of folk here, but 3-3 comes in, hoping for the duel. They're gonna find Saxa, and Saxa's been dueled to death and killed off with Hanskin and Nico relocating here.
Ice Blast
do get hit by
forward.
the Ice Blast. It's on point, but I don't think that's gonna help Mid One too much. He needs some stuns, not extra damage. Mid One caught by the Drinko, decides to break it. He is gonna pay the price, I think. Oh, maybe not. The Surge lasts just long enough. 3-3 helping out. Look how much resistance Mid One has. He's managing to take all this damage, wasting the time of the puck, wasting time of the Legion Commander. Legion is done with all these shenanigans. Mid One, keep on running. Never stop running. Believe in yourself, Mid One. Through the trees. This man has one more surge, but he gets silenced before he can use it. And that will be the final seconds of Mr. Mid One. Unfortunately, he cannot outrun death.
So much space, but ultimately does go down. At the same time, Nico Baby takes the tier 1 tower. He's like, guys, objectives. Stop chasing these purple dudes
Yes.
around the map. Nobody cares about the purple dudes.
I do love at 3-3, you can even tell the moment when he decided this. Like, guys, what are we doing? Look at yourselves. We're chasing a Darkseer. But they did end up getting the kill, right? And it was only killing him from Limp, so it's not bad. He gets his blink with this. That's very important.
Be under attack.
Yeah, Limp recovering quite nicely now. It's one of the things about the puck. He's going to farm. He can shove out waves so quickly that even if he has a terrible laning stage, which he did, you know, no denying that, he's gonna be just fine in this game. And prioritizing the Ags after the blink right away.
Was it for the... Because the BKB here, I guess... You're not really concerned about that, are you?
The extra duration on the snap is going to be so good against all these mobile heroes.
Okay, I was thinking that too. Because I was just thinking a Spectre or Void Spirit go for PKB.
Oh, Hanskin gets caught.
Hanskin? Yeah, that's really bad because Nico has no escape. No, never mind. Rage TP. Hanskin's like, I'll help you, buddy. I'm TPing too. No, Hanskin's gonna unfortunately die here. But it's a lot of rotations for him. However, Spectre still continues to farm during this time, so they're playing that correctly.
Very close to the Radiance. And Spectre, he's just holding under a clumsy net right now. The 2 mana regeneration, super nice for this hero. Probably not going to be using the active very much.
No, I can't imagine. It's one of those things where you're the carry, hence you get to pick these suboptimal items because you're the carry. So who cares? It's your mana regen.
I do what I want.
And exactly. And it's like my pups. I go, can I please have the keen optic? At minute 40 of the game, they go, no! And I'd rather drop it on the ground than give it to me. Crystal is built for Thompson, by the way. He is going for a bit for the crit. Just the Crystals, though. Yosef in next. And he's going to need it soon because this silence will become very annoying. The Iceman's going to hit 3, but they have a duel to keep him down, and Thompson is doing what he does best.
Be under attack.
Space creation, I guess.
Yeah, we'll call it that. We'll call it that. 50 dual damage on 33 already. That is a pretty high number for 19 minutes into the game without a Blink Dagger. He's going for straight beat BKB after this run.
Oh, what is 3-3? No, he's completely alone. He's trying to imitate Thompson, but he's not. He's gonna die just like him, unfortunately. 3-3. Is that the potential kill against Fire? Yeah, comes he back. Do they want to catch him? Is a good time to use it. The overgrowth still on you? Nah, Samael sides. It's not worth going in any further. In fact, mid 1 here is in trouble as Nico will be chased after, and that's a reload against though. So Hanskin's gonna leave really soon unless he dies here. All the damage possible. Hanskin's gonna go back, and Nico may be realizing he cannot find out his friend. He actually he's into the high ground. Nico, baby. There's a reason why they call him Prisoner Arteezy, but he is gonna get away with the Infest though. So it's okay. It wasn't that big a deal. He had the Infest prepared. He knew that was gonna happen.
Nice. Prisoner.
Oh. Yeah, they find Limp though. That's another great spirit. Thompson, it's time for retribution unless there's a drink already and there's Thompson's right in the tracks. They can't do anything else. Okay, good job, Limp.
This crit build that Thompson has been favoring in Void Spirit is pretty interesting. Really focusing on the physical damage, and you know what? They kind of need it because with Spectre going for the Radiance and the rest of their lineup being entirely magic damage, they need some way to actually kill these heroes on the side of Alliance as the game goes on.
That's true. Do you think it's going to stay at Chrysalis, or do you think, like, for now, and build a couple other mid-game items? Or do you upgrade it into, like, a Bloodthorn?
You know, I've seen him, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen him actually go multiple Chrysalises on this hero several times, so I wouldn't be surprised after he gets the defensive item from the Yules, which should make him almost unkillable, if he just goes for more crit, or a Deso, something like that, to take advantage of Io's low armor.
Well, I like the Deso idea, actually. It's also quite cheap, and very similar to the multiple Chrysalis build, right? A lot of efficiency and very little items. Okay, I mean, the damage from Crystals did get increased in this last patch. Actually, kind of ridiculous. 45 damage is a fair amount for a 2k gold item.
Very buffed item.
Yeah. You kind of ignore it because, like, it's just part of a recipe, right? But not anymore. Aegis goes the ways of Alliance, which is good. They have a pretty nice Roshan taking lineup. And Mjolnir is finished up on Nico.
OG just gonna make an aggressive move bottom.
Okay, they catch Samael, then relocate as well, so they sent in Nico first, but relocate 3 afterward. The surprise of the duel, however, they stop on the telekinesis. Samael might just go down there, they get him. However, Nico, baby, will sacrifice his life for this. That's 8 just gone. Hanskin as well. As the team fight continues, they try to set up a no-go zone here with the Nico scratching the overgrowth, trying to go for the ancient apparition. In comes Spectre again with the buyback. She can just come in any second, and Samael decides to do so. But the buybacks are also on the side of Alliance. Legion and Io are bad. And Puck gets cut with a perfect spirit there. However, Duel also stops the Darkseer for now. He can't continue this team fight. They're all set up, but there's no initiation. Saxa goes in with the waiting grip. It is not to kill mid-1. They're trying their best at mid-1. Invades the last attack. He's not going to go down. Someone hit him. Mid-1's getting away. Instead, Lim goes down the backlines. Nico Baby's still trying to get a second kill on Sumail. And how he his fake, and that's him gone. They take down mid-1, but at the cost of what? Most of your team. It's Nico Baby versus the world. He gets caught by the spirit. Sumail is not dying today. Or so he hopes, because that Spectral Dagger, that was just still on the Lifestealer. They need some help. Ice Blast there by the Ancient Operation. Down before he TP'd. That was a very interesting play by No-Tail. TPs after he loses the Ice Blast to perfectly calculate it. They find Nico Baby. There's no more Ice Blast on him, but they don't need it. The damage is sufficient. Nico Baby's gonna be brought down, and it's only Fata, a slow lumbering tree without friends, without recognition. They cut down the only friends he has alive, and they're gonna cut him down as well.
Well, we've seen this story many times from OG. The Spectre dies early on in the fight, buys back in, haunts in, and cleans up OG with the gold lead after that crazy brawl in the bottom lane. And Aegis goes down, Nico dies twice. That's a really big deal.
I take my hat off to Saxa there, to be honest. I think they lacked a bit of control in that team fight, and you could tell, but Saxa was doing his best at stealing whatever spells it meant any team fight. Like that waiting rift at the end meant a really... it hindered the lineup completely by Alliance, because they couldn't do much afterwards. Finding Io again. Thompson's also playing out of his mind with this hero, though, as expected.
I am blown away at how often he's hitting these remnants in the middle of these crazy chaotic team fights. That's really owning.
Why do you buy yours? I mean, there's no need. You really are hitting them. Like the puck as well. The setup for the puck was ridiculous there with the Aether Remnant. The puck actually jaunted into the Aether Remnant because he couldn't see it. It was amazing. Those kind of plays when we watch.
Yeah, he's reading Limp and his movements super well this game.
It's amazing because the guy hasn't played competitive like 2 majors, and he's just back on track. It's very impressive. What do you think, Alliance? After losing these fights, right? You lose a bit of your confidence in your mid game. What is your plan now? How do you restructure?
Well, I think getting this BKB on 33 is going to be really big, and then you have to just make sure that you're, I would say, locking down the Rubik, the Void Spirit. Stop going on mid one because he's really tanking now with the Greaves and the Hood of Defiance. We saw them spend so many resources trying to kill him, and he was just, he's just doing mid one things. He's running around the fight, surged up, making himself extremely hard to kill.
Another potential kill on the Isle. Really with the Ice Blast. And this is a combination that we've been seeing a lot, right? The Aether Remnant plus the Ice Blast. Simple, effective, and constantly sniping the Isle. There goes the bomb though with the Lifestealer. They want to kill Thompson. They want to punish him for this. Not going for the Darkseer again. Sumail goes in with that haunt and a beautiful overgrowth by Fada. Thompson's initiation. However, Fada might be dying for this. Unfortunately, Nico Baby going against mid one, but Nico Baby heals back up in the end. Sumail, it's no match for him. That feast just tears right through the Spectre.
Yeah, Alliance fighting back.
It was a good steal by Saxa though. I was very confused at that team fight, and I can tell Nico Baby was as well, because he stole Nature's Grasp, and it's the exact same color, and he keeps going around, and you're like, why am I so slow? And it's because it was Rubik's Nature's Grasp, not Fanta, so good job, well played.
Yeah, I think the key thing there is definitely going on Thompson first. He's carrying around the Nether Shawl, so he has -3 armor, and no armor items at the moment, so he's sitting at just 5, and if they can jump him with the Lifestealer or a duel, I think that's going to be a huge key to actually coming back and taking the momentum back in this game.
Right, I agree. Those duels, the Legion Commander has been a force since the beginning, and being able to, I guess, revamp her, right? Because you're essentially remaking her. The early game was great, 50 damage, but you have not gotten a single one of your level 2 duels. And this is a sign. The BKB is going to help you with that.
Yep.
What,
another big power spike is Limp finishing up his Ags. So
I was going to say that.
Really heavy damage in the stun.
Indeed, they're going to be able to play around with that Fanta. Oh, careful. He does get telekinesis, but they catch Darkseer. And this time, there's so many upon Darkseer. He has to die, right?
Tanky, though.
Unless they Cape him. And now, with the initiation with a vacuum plus Ice Blast. They turn this around. Alliance, what have you done? They left their infested Legion Commander, giving him some space, but she is caught out. The Void Spirit leaves no prisoners, only corpses behind. Wow. They are playing some magical Dota here, Alchemy.
They are. That was a bit of a throw from Alliance, in my opinion. Fata kind of just baiting his team into a bad fight. Not everybody was there. And you can't make too many more mistakes like that against a team like OG. They're gonna absolutely punish you for it.
Like this one where the poor Hanskin was just caught out on his getting back from the locate. Sumail guessed that correctly and snagged a quick kill.
Radiant's middle tower be under attack.
So it's a difficult game for them, especially when it seems like OG's answering you so well with a team that's supposed to be active later on, right? It puts a lot of pressure on you.
And once again, I gotta keep pointing this out. Like every time they go on mid one, they just lose the fight. There's actually no way that you win the fight if you go on this Darkseer who has all the aura items, the heals, and he wants you to go in. He has the vacuum. He's like, please group up near me.
Yes. The counter initiation is very strong for them, and they're never the vacuum always come unsuspecting. The ice blast goes right through rage, so there's no way to really evade that. It's a effective combo. I love that mid one is usually if I hear in a drafter say, "Oh, pick a tank," I want to bash his face in because that's a stupid statement to make. But mid one is literally a tank, and he's doing that. All he's doing right now is tanking damage in the occasional vacuum, and it's working.
That's all his team needs for him. You know, you don't need great initiation if they initiate onto you, but you don't die. I really like this build from Thompson, by the way. He's picking up a Solar Crest, recognizing that he is kind of like the linchpin to these fights, and if he gets jumped on and dies, his team has a very hard time winning. But if he's super tanky because he has physical resistance in addition to spider legs, the Yules, he's going to be just as hard to kill as the Darkseer. And if you can't kill the Void Spirit, you can't kill the Darkseer, you can't kill the Spectre, what can you do?
It's true, because until now, it was really Thompson the primary objective they were going to, right? If you had Waiting Rift, you go for Thompson, easy, right? Thompson killed. And then you had a really easy team fight, or easier team fight at least. But now, I guess you have to go for Saksa. Saksa and Notir are the only targets you can really kill easily in these team fights.
Yep, yeah, Rubik is probably suspect number one that you are trying to target, and Glimmer Cape, Force Staff coming out for Saksa here pretty soon. I think OG is pretty firmly in control of the momentum of this game right now. This leading commander has really fallen off. Still not done with the BKB, and without the Blink Dagger, he's having a hard time finding any sort of duel or lockdown.
To regain momentum, Alliance is going for a really intelligent smoke, trying to catch him out with their pants down, you know. Surprise him here. Limp is using the little bomb of the Lifestealer. You have everything you might need. They should be successful, but no, it's mid one. They know they're ignoring him completely. They go for the Rubik, and it's perfect. But yeah, the Rubik, they still see him. There's no problem. Saksa gets eaten up. Spata gets the Meteor Hammer, just controlling mid one. Spata's gonna die for this. It doesn't really matter. They just need to ignore him. Nickel Baby's going for the more important target, which is Thompson here. Oh no, the vacuum onto the cliff though. It turns around completely. It's 3-3 on the ground, but what is 3-3 really doing? Nothing. He's getting killed, feeding damage to Sumail, as Nickel Baby's only option is to TP home. Wow. That vacuum has been impressive.
All right.
To say the least.
Yeah, I gotta take my hat off to mid one. You know, obviously an amazing player, but I had not seen him play Darkseer yet. He is owning on this hero. He is owning.
He's playing so well. Look, another vacuum. Talk about owning. They even get the telekinesis off and Limp. So cute, so cute. Such a cheeky little play. Let's see. They get him with the actual step. It works. Disarm the Void Spirit. It's too late. Your partner's already dead, Nickel Baby. Oh, they even control him? They have another Ether Remnant. They're going to bring him back, but they force all the buybacks. With a Dream Coil, it's time for Alliance to do something important. It's time for Alliance to kill the Darkseer. Finally. Now they go for the Spectre. It's much more important. Kill the Spectre. He's been silenced. He can't do much. Sumail, someone help me. There's a duel, and I'll guarantee the kill against Sumail. 400 gold for them and a bit of dual damage as well. That's important. That's a good recovery, even if you did have to use a lot of buybacks for that.
Yeah, is it enough though? I mean, that was a very, very expensive defense there. Killing Spectre is obviously huge. Roche not quite up yet. Will be up in 35 seconds. And Alliance knows that they really, really need this Aegis.
Yep, it's the best way to come back into this game easily. Look at this, they even gets him with the Ice Blast. I mean, Thompson goes in, just, maybe I can snag a kill here. Quick kill. A typical Thompson cheeky play. There's a puck with a Lifestealer inside of it. Look, again, it's mid one that finds it. Another vacuum onto the cliff. What is happening? This cliff is a sixth member of OG's team. All replicates, impossible to fight around it. They're just destroyed. Fada gone again. 3-3 is decimated. And they only need Handskin as well. At least the Lifestealer gets away. But they've already lost 3. Limp manages to TP back home as well. Okay.
Wow.
What is the saying? One time, shame on you. Or fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
Something like that.
I think that Alliance are never going to fight around this mid cliff ever again.
No. They're starting to get PTSD from this cliff. It's not working out for them. I mean, I didn't know it was so easy to get a vacuum. Or Midland makes it look like it's super easy to get the vacuum on that cliff, to be honest.
Yeah, you were memeing about the prison cliff Peasy, but
Yeah.
he's infected his entire team with the disease at this point.
You got to be very careful, guys, who you play with, because this may happen to you. Do not play with cliff teasies. OG will take this tower up top, and now it's time for them to push for objectives, right? Sumail is ready. Sumail can fight now.
Yeah, he's fat. He's got a Titan Sliver as well, going for Butterfly next. I mean, I don't think that there's the damage on Alliance to kill the Spectre, especially when you have the backup of the Darkseer.
Yeah. I mean, I think an issue that they've also been facing is if they don't go for mid one first and kill him, which is impossible, we've already asserted that, then he can always surge Sumail and save him every single time. Every single time. We have not seen Sumail being caught out as long as Darkseer's around with him. Nico baby.
This puck also just struggling to find impact here in the late game.
Oh, no, this is a really good kill. Look at it. That Legion Commander with the killer on the side, another back into the ice blast. Hans gets destroyed, so it's 3-3. That duel lasted half a second, and it was a loss, of course. And it's still Aegis on Sumail, so he can fight this till the end. They're just playing this is the Clown Fiesta, and they're winning it. Sumail's coming back in a second. They've already lost 3, sorry. They forced 2 buybacks as well. And they haven't even taken tier 2. I don't know if I'm watching Beast Coast or OG sometimes. Jesus.
Yeah, it's getting really expensive for Alliance to hold, and sure, they lose the Aegis on Sumail, but that was a bunch of abilities spent. Haunt is still up, he's also available.
Look at mid one, he's actually running. Oh, mid one on top, so they're both running for the base. And they wanted him for the idol. They literally sniped him among 5 heroes. Not concerned with the rest of the Alliance team. Nobody can defend the idol. Oh gee, my god. I pity whoever has to face him with these qualifiers because they are looking good.
They're looking pretty scary, definitely. Of course, they do have to contest with this stupid repair kit Treant combo.
Yes, but they're just killing the heroes. Who needs towers? We can just murder the whole enemy team. That's their plan right now, and Sumail is literally just playing around, changing to illusion, using Haunt casually. But quite comfortable in this game, I would say.
Yeah, I really wish that somebody on the side of Alliance had built a 4-staff. They have no save for their teammates. This Meteor Hammer on the Treant, I feel like it's kind of a bait as a position 5. Like, you're really not going to be split pushing the side lanes very much, which is kind of the only reason you go for the Meteor Hammer. And if they had a single 4-staff, they could guarantee snaps with the coil. They could save their teammates.
Look, Fata, talk about saving. He's dead. 3 hits literally. That's a very good point you make. Being able to get the consistent stun on the Dream Coil, right? Because they had nothing to really push him out of the Dream Coil, which is the whole point of Ags, right? Getting the break off and everything.
Yep. And Io is probably not going to be building a force, so you need somebody. There needs to be a 4-staff on Alliance.
I can see the Meteor Hammer on Treant as an idea because they were winning the early mid game, which is when he bought it, and then you have a little bit extra pushing power, always useful, right? But at this point in the game, you do see that it's having more drawbacks than benefits.
Radiant's top tower be under attack.
Well, at this point, I'm hard pressed to say what Elias should do because I don't really know, to be honest with you. How do you defend against this constant choking by OG?
Tower be under attack.
You hope that they throw. You hope that Thompson makes one of those plays that makes him such a unique player to watch. But OG, this is a team that is very, very experienced. They understand how to close out a game. They're just going to hold the Alliance triangle, cut 2 of the waves, and keep them locked inside of their base, controlling the bounties, controlling the outposts, controlling the power runes, and just looking for an opportunity to actually close out this game.
I want to remind people that are watching that Alliance is also one of the top tier teams as qualifiers, right? Like OG is styling over them, but Alliance was one of the favorites coming in, right? So it's not any team that they're beating. It's not the open qualifiers anymore. They're showing OG's insane ability. Not so much to Alliance's detriment, but much more to benefit OG. I'm hoping the second game Alliance can fit their headspace, right? Find how to fight against this new OG.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, Alliance, they finished 4th at the last major, so definitely not a slouch of a team here. But we were curious to see how this OG roster would come together. Obviously, 5 of the best players in the entire world, period, and likely have a top 3 player at each position currently.
Yeah, so it's kind of ridiculous. This is the Miami Heat or the Madrid or whatever you want to version of sports you play.
They're like, EG, this is how you run a super team, okay? This
yeah,
is how you
literally, yeah. And also we don't mention it, but the captain or the kind of set coach with Sashka and Seb, which are helping out in the back lines. Like, you have some of the most talented people together in the org. It is scary. It is a very scary team.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. This is an incredibly farmed life stealer. Nico going for PKB next, recognizing that he does need to be able to just continue to be this like center point for their team fights. Hope that he can outlast the side of OG.
Yeah, I mean, like, up against Spectre, your chances are never none. Your life stealer is a really good hero against them in general because of the healing that you provide. If you can just munch on him during the whole team fight. The issue I think here is Alliance is playing a 4-1, which I don't think they're planning on from the start.
Definitely not. Limp queuing up the Divine Rapier after the Aeon Disc. I like it. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah.
He's getting close to that Rapid Foil Dream Coil.
And there's Frontier coming in again. Hanskin. Yes. This poor guy, Hanskin in front, but they barely live. And they catch the life to assimilate. That's a 2-second stun. It's really long. They're going to go for the Darkseer, but we know what happens when they go for the Darkseer. That's the BKB used, and you did nothing. Mid one just tanks you all. He does not care for your shenanigans. A beautiful silence catching the puck. Legion Commander also in trouble. They have another Spirit ready. That's going to be 3-3 gone and a GG well played. Farmed Life Stealer might be strong, but if the rest of your team is dead, what are you going to do?
Yeah, who needs to take tier 3s also? Just dive the tier 4s, kill them all, and they'll go GG out. So very well played from OG. Alliance, they had the timing, and then they just kind of missed.
Before they add it back as a neutral item.
I mean, we have Poor Man's Shield.
Yeah, but we're gonna have a tier 0.5.
But yeah, rip Tome of Aghanim's, like January to January or something.
Yeah. Literally one patch, one letter in the Dota 2. Yeah.
Oh, or Helm of the Undying. Holy crap.
You know what else is really good to bring up that was actually kind of recent?
Yeah.
Do you remember when Ice Rock's like, yeah, fire damage?
Oh, the fire with the panda, right?
Yeah.
That was something.
To be fair, I did like the rework immediately after that with the self-attack. I thought that was really cool. What is this? Look at the trap that Neon is setting down here. There's 4 heroes just chilling. Meantime, they're going to go try and find Cirque, who's going to go up for the TP. Wants nothing to do with this, although he's staying around for now. Get out of there, little guy. Oh. Everyone just baiting
7K.
each other. They're literally baiting each other, just on the opposite sides of the map. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, Neon's just. There's really no reason to farm. There's no neutral items you can get. Both teams
just dudes being bros. Still no one's showing. I think maybe still no one's showing here at all. Now they have spotted one up top lane, so that's gonna be the sign for Cirque to go ahead and back off. But just a little bit of a standoff because nobody knew where they were. Nobody knew where each other was. There you go. And now that they've all decided what they're gonna push each other's tier 1 in the safe lane.
I think they both knew the other one was hiding around the same area.
Yeah.
Hide and seek is done.
Well done.
But we're capturing all the games, right? There's no games that are being cast in this group that being played that we don't see, right?
Yeah, that is 100% up to date. We'll also be following the playoffs here as well. After tomorrow we're going to have 5 more best of 2s here, just Group A. The B group is going to be on ESL Join Dota Green, is it? Join Dota Yellow, that is. We're also in squad stream with a few of the other groups, so feel free, guys, to definitely check them all out because there's a lot of really amazing Dota action going on. But yes, to answer the question succinctly, only doing Group A today and tomorrow. We're going to be spectating and covering every single game.
Who won game one? TNC won game one. Let's look at it. And March, I don't know. I've never seen him play Enchantress this behind. You know, he's always seems to be like, you know, on the up and up with the Enchantress, doing well, getting all these items. But this game, he just seems to, I don't know, just is like just not on the ball in this game. And we all have games like that, but.
Definitely.
A little bit unfortunate. And yeah, Roshan's up. This is second Roshan has the cheese.
He bought out for the Butterfly actually. I was wondering what that would be. So Butterfly, casual Daedalus here. I'm sorry, casual Crystallis. I guess Crystallis. I like saying Crystallis though. It makes me sound very
Crystallis, yeah, the T is, I mean, it's an English language. You know, half the letters sometimes you don't pronounce them.
Oh, hello?
Hi, hello.
You're good. We just lost you for a second. Well, you were making fun of the English language. It's okay. We do it a lot. Here we go. Launch into the Rose Pit. Only half HP here. Ready. Standing by for the hook shot. Ooh, doesn't come quite in time though. So it's going to be Cheese and pretty much an uncontested Roche there. Very nice fissure actually. Ooh, just about a perfect fissure. Completely going to block everyone off.
Yeah, TNC can't fight. Well, they prefer not to fight until like 35 minutes in. And Slaughter going for a self cast. This is really classic Slaughter. No Aghanims, none of that young people crap. It's like, nope. Blink Dagger, BKB, Assault Cuirass. You got any problem with it? Are the punks not satisfied?
Punk's not satisfied. I'm surprised he's even using the backpack slots here. He's probably playing with the old HUD. He's just got a bunch of tape on the, you know, it's like watching a movie. Whenever I go and watch like old replays with the old HUD, I'm always like, oh my god, you can't see anything.
Or the icons look so ugly, half of them. Or the heroes themselves are like, oh. But remember, beta game.
Beta game. Goodness.
Well, I know it's like, can you guys get on with it? Yeah. You know, we got another series to go.
While we're reminiscing, I gotta say the Ad Finum run at the Boston Major versus, I think OG won that, right? 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
Again, I can't remember what I had for lunch, but go on.
Okay, remember it was the 7.0 announcement trailer.
Alright. I remember it was like 6.
It was 6.88, and it had been 6.88 for like literally a year. We were on like 6.8F or something. 6.88F for G or like some ridiculous amount of letter, right?
Oh, someone mentioned something really amazing.
Okay.
By the way, his name is amazing. His name is incredible. I'm not gonna say it, but level death on Doom. Oh, this was an amazing ability. What it used to do was, it used to do 200 damage, but an extra like 300 if your level was multiples of 3.
I played like a game of Doom. I'm like, what's going on? Like, what? I gotta get a calculator out for this?
Like it's almost 17. Oh, and the other thing was, it used to be like, if you level up, at first it's like multiple of 6, then multiples of 5, then multiples of 4, then multiples of 3. So you have to like level up to get the multiplier just right with the enemy guy you're trying to get. Oh, that was amazing. I'm like, I'll leave at level 1 and gank when he's at level 6. Yeah.
Do you also?
So I love that guy for mentioning it because that was the best ability.
I also
gotta
remember,
multiply it.
You had the ability to just level stats.
Oh, smoke.
Yeah, no, I've been watching them. Don't worry, Otamo. Tree break right in front of the wards, and also Yapaj just runs out and he's got this regen, so he's just trying to make use of it. He's been zapping forward. Can they catch him here? Gabby doesn't have like a missing quick catch, but Gabby's been farming, man. He's actually now got buyback, making his way towards that Satanic.
Armel's falling off at KP as well. It kind of worries me how besides Gabby, no one else is really fun. This is going to be the 1 versus 5 game that a lot of people are talking,
look at this.
Dream about as a carry, right? You're like, oh yeah, I'm going to put the team on my back, and I'm going to win the game. Like, yeah, good luck with that one.
Oh my god, I do remember that. That was such a stupid ability. You know what?
Level depth.
You know what else is really stupid actually is that when they released Earth Spirit, they're like, yeah, let's have this guy be able to stun and silence an entire team with 2 abilities. Just purely amazing, purely imbalanced. I think that
trying to remember.
That must have been. I think the Doom ability must have been the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, the most ridiculous thing.
Like, in all respect, obviously, it's like, oh, why don't you make your own MOBA? It's like, listen, I get it. Dota's a masterpiece, okay? but like,
You
including
can't,
all of its
criticize
faults.
anything, right? It's like, how dare you?
But like sometimes when you just remember these things, oh, Son of Doom built it, by the way, and the Bloodstone and Normal Fire.
What else was there that was absolutely ridiculous? Like the most crazy thing. I'm trying to think about the craziest thing that's happened in Dota.
His ability.
I was about to say Death Pact, but they brought back Death Pacts for Clinks.
Oh yeah, no, that's not that bad.
It's not bad. I think
It's
it's
not that bad.
It's a really cool concept, to be quite honest. I'm a big fan of it. Don't get me
It's
wrong.
not as bad as Level Death. Level Death is right now the top, top cake.
Top meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. I don't know. See, I only started playing Dota in the. This is why I still have a long-standing hatred for Lesh. Is the 6.84 was it or 6.85? It was the one. I think Sniper was 6.83, right? Where shrapnel affected.
Oh yeah, the ho ho ha ha. Yeah. Oh, but they might catch. They might scratch.
They might fight. They might
no
fight.
one has spotted like literally 5 minutes.
I think it's been some time. You know, the last thing that happened. Yeah, it's been some time here. It's alright, they're playing it patiently though, you know. TP, no cooldown here for the NP. So
Gabby.
Oh, no, they're just baiting us. They're just baiting.
Something almost exciting happened.
It's not allowed. That's okay. I mean, look, this team, this game, really up in the balance. Actually, Gabby, no more buyback here, so has bought out here for the Satanic.
Yeah.
Opting just for the casual Crystallis before they finishing off the Daedalus, but now we're gonna go back for that. At that point, it's kind of a 6 slot. I guess you can go bots.
Oh, Cersei in this bottom. He actually, did he just get the Shadow Blade? He's got No Fire, Bloodthorn, Molineer, BKB, Shadow. I think the Shadow Blade is new.
Silver Edge for what, I guess? I don't even know if you can hit March once. He's level 19, so that attack speed. Oh, he's not. I'm so sorry. March is level 13, so we're gonna look over here now.
I thought that you couldn't remove Untouch.
No, you can break it.
You can.
You can break every passive in the game. Of course you can. I think there's very few you can't. You can't break. There's like literally 3. You cannot break Divided We Stand because that would just be stupid.
Or Wraith King's ultimate.
You cannot break his ulti, and you cannot break Dragon Form either.
But that's not passive.
No, you're right. That's not.
You mean Dragon's Blood?
No, you can definitely break Dragon's Blood. It's a very small list. It's a very, very small list. You can break multicast.
Smoke. We have not seen a kill in like I don't even remember.
This might be it. This might be it though. I think Play Hard will get caught here.
Oh, they got him on the tip.
Wait, what's he going? He's going for it. He's getting aggressive. There's an entire enemy team here. What are you doing, Play Hard? He's gonna go for it. Enemy heroes. He's getting a little bit antsy. He's got the need to fight here. Hook shot. Look at this range. Let's take a look at the vision, which is gonna be little to none. But I don't know what Play Hard was doing there. Maybe just trading space. Cirque on the way out now, trying to do much damage to the tier 2.
I know what he was doing. He was giving us something to talk about. He's like, yeah. By the way, the Storm 25 taunt is like the most broken taunt. The 500 distance auto remnant. That's too much. That's like the most broken taunt in the game.
It's pretty good.
Like, look at it. What is it? What is this garbage? I mean, balanced ability.
Balanced ability. It's the rain is now coming down here in KO. So if you hear any thunder rumbling, it's gonna be that.
Oh, someone mentioned an old mechanic. Ursa, when he ulties, used to damage you for a percentage of his HP. Do you remember that one?
That is much before my time. I think I got like one Ursa game.
Ursa was like, I think he still is an agility hero, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, his ulti was that he damaged you.
You caught him here. Oh no, he's got the.
Misses the hook shot, but pushes him a bit.
All right, well, tier 4s. Wait, what? So it would.
Yeah, basically, like you activate it, and it does a percentage of your damage. Like percentage of your HP is transferred into attack damage. Oh, Minotaur Horn, tier 4 items are up, baby. Let's look at what we got.
The Coddle ults with Ags used to be quite strong too.
Which one? The one where he tried. Dude, Coddle, his ultimate used to summon like an army of elves that used to push the lane. I'm not kidding you.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying.
Yes.
Hold on, dude. Something about tapping the echo slide. They're gonna try and go on Armel. There's gonna be the Son of Doom build, but KP bouncing in and around. They're actually just gonna be able to completely blow him up. They at least will get the kill there with the Bloodthorn damage. In the meantime, though, Gabby just make quick work here of RR, who I think has challenged into a duel and has lost. But it's a 2-for-1 trade overall because Armel is able to take the hit. Look at this! Look at this! The TP in on to do so. There's gonna be the hook shot, however. Now Storm zipping and zapping in. Armel, Gabby rather completely out of mana, could not use the Satanic. They're gonna be going for a Marsh and say, we don't even need Tim. See you later, bud. Just kidding. We're still gonna give you the Vortex. Sir, not gonna bother walking anywhere because who does that when you can CD? No cooldown. And a 2-for-4 now in favor of Neon.
I do not get Gabby's item build. Where's the BKB? He keeps, like, they keep jumping him, and he's like, if you BKB, like, they have nothing that goes through it. And yeah, that goes for skip, but I mean, still. Hey, Psychos, what the hell?
Be one buyback here. Yeah, that 40 Edict Explosions makes it so you just cannot solo against Armel anymore unless you've got BKB active. He is going to tear you apart. But once again, TNC, I mean, 20k net ult lead now. Look at this.
I believe Diabolic Edict's physical damage, so BKB actually doesn't make a difference.
You are 100% correct. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 100% correct. Then they go now, another disarm here for the NP, trying to get another buyback up. They must know that he's got buyback. So he hasn't had anything new in quite some time, but Gabby is going to try and hang on for as long as he can here. Top lane is pushing already. Oh, what does Cypher have? Still no Ags.
Flicker.
Weightless Shackle, though, best item in the game.
Oh god, no. Think about Weightless Shackle. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think, like, if they lose, TNC has to really look at Gabby and be like, you didn't want to get a BKB. Like, you just couldn't get a BKB for once.
They're gonna go into Roshan. Oh my god, poor Roshan. They're gonna smoke up and go for this though. TNC, they want to try and contest this, but here the support, the Fissure would have been there. Who's got the Aghanim's Blessing? It looks like it will be the Slaughter, so he's not even gonna buy it. As now, maybe they caught Casey here. Just have buyback though, but this arm. Here comes Cirque though. Nice slow, and again, a very lucky strike there.
March?
I think he's close for comfort here. Oh, look at that bash, does so much damage. Armel from the high ground offering his condolences and his support, but the stun will be enough to scare him off. And Cirque just immediately back down to the bottom lane to keep shoving. It's a rat Dota this game.
30k. How did it become? I mean, I swear to God, 10 seconds ago, it was like 15k, and now it's just 31k.
You are not wrong. You're not wrong. If you take a look at the difference in net worth now, we've got it was a very slow climb towards Neon, but
then just.
Yeah.
A big jump. Timeless Relic, amazing item.
But now it's really coming down here.
I mean, Cersei just has been fun. Of course, it's nice to be this buffet. You press R, and you just get a bunch of, like, 200 gold every time.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's see, it's not worth... holy cow, you got like 300 gold from that one here. Lots of circles being drawn on the map. As Neon look to finish off the last 3-2 standing here in on the Diner side, on the TNT side. Look at this, he's setting up the you shall not pass area. Plenty of detection.
I like how, yeah, you see Storm's like... Oh, here's another passive you can't break. Tiny's Grow.
Yeah, that is very true. It's another passive you can't break.
There you go.
Yeah, that's very true. Is that someone in the chat?
Someone said in the chat.
Yes. Very good. Nah, they're paying attention. Yes, very. That might be the only 3, honestly. Divided we stand over growth. What's the other one you said?
Growth? No, the
yes, I know the ulti, but you said 1 as well.
I did?
I think you did.
Yes, I did. Pretty sure I did. Yes, I know. I did.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't remember.
Raid King's Ultimate.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
That's the one, yeah.
I really think that it's a very small list of passives you can't break. Of course, you can't break, what's it called? You cannot break talents either, so you can't stop Storm from doing the 500 auto remnants either.
Oh, that's an interesting thing, yeah.
I mean,
by the way, we were 31k ahead, now we're 38.
You know, no big deal. Here's the jump action. They're going to find Armel. They're going to kill him. They're looking for March as well. I think they're going to get him Cert coming through in case they need a little bit more damage, but why even bother? Paj, a godlike now, 9-1 and 10. Jumping onto this Aegis as March will buy back in the base is Cypher actually just making a puddle.
This is like I don't know how Gabby. This is what you've been building for.
Hook shot now onto Tim. Gabby beginning to come to the damage. The Cypher with his BKB jumping in now with the Yopaj. Agging him set for Electric Vortex. Onto 3 with the Agging follow up. Can they get more? They need the damage. Read it up as Duta. She did get off the. Oh, she did not get off the Syntanic. Now has it available. The lights with the control is too much. They've taken down Gabby. Croc dead as is March. So there's the second buyback now as Armel with his BKBs pumping in the damage. Play hard as well as Cypher, barely alive, able to escape, and well, it looks like we're going to be stuck in a holding pattern, but a 50k net worth lead nearly for Neon Esports. Ridiculous.
I've never seen 48k. I don't think I've ever seen 40k net worth advantage for a team. This is 48.
I don't think I've seen it either, if I'm being completely honest.
If TNC can in some way win this, I think it's like the biggest comeback in history.
It's gotta be up there. It's gotta be up there. It's looking, I mean, it's not looking too good. The good news is they do have a Medusa, and who better to defend against Megas? Look at this.
Alright, so here's another one that someone was saying that's pretty cool. The Ursa was a range hero. I think that was pretty cool.
I don't believe you. He was. Okay. Here come the Scotties. Big crits as well on these creeps. If the tree they're quite tanky. They're through the silence. The not enough. Still dead. He's down to the count. Just 4 heroes right on top. Camp, you can do nothing, and they call it 50k net worth down. Neon Esports will take a game off of TNC Fnatic.
What is that game? I mean, TNC, I like how Gabby has the score for game 4-4-4, you know, with like 650 last.
Rare true pick.
It's Tyler pick. That's a pick I haven't seen in forever.
What about something like a Tops and Monkey King here? It's another hero that pairs pretty well with Oracle, actually, with the ult.
Against a
5
DP,
seconds
it'd be
remain.
too hard to play that.
Gives you pretty good counter initiation against the Spectre, Haunt, and Tidehunter. Pretty solid team fight from Alliance. At the same time, OG have a decent amount of counter initiation lockdown. The Tops and